Imagine this: a somber funeral. Mourners huddled together, tears flowing freely, the air is thick with grief. Then, during a particularly emotional eulogy, someone lets out a small, unexpected sound, a giggle. It's a fleeting moment, quickly stifled. But the silence after is deafening. Why, in a moment of collective sadness, would laughter bubble to the surface? Laughter is complex, surfacing even in grief. We associate laughter with joy, yet it can appear in serious moments. This paradox shows laughter's many purposes. It's a universal language, context-dependent. To understand, we must explore its nature. Laughter is a physiological response. Our brain orchestrates a symphony of activity. The hypothalamus springs into action, muscles in our face contract, creating expressions of laughter. Our respiratory system expels air, producing laughter. Laughter is a cocktail of neurochemicals. Endorphins induce euphoria and well-being. Dopamine enhances the pleasurable experience. This interplay highlights laughter's physiological underpinnings. Humor triggers laughter, but it's not the sole catalyst. Social interactions and emotional cues can elicit laughter. Understanding these triggers unravels the mystery of laughter. Picture this. You're watching a horror movie, the tension building with each scene. Suddenly, a terrifying monster jumps out, and you find yourself laughing. Not because it's funny, but because the fear is so intense it's almost unbearable. This seemingly paradoxical reaction, laughing in the face of fear, is a prime example of how laughter can serve as a coping mechanism. When fear grips us, our bodies go into fight-or-flight mode. Our heart races, our breathing becomes shallow, and our muscles tense, preparing us to confront the threat or flee to safety. Laughter, in this context, acts as a pressure valve, a way to release the pent-up nervous energy generated by fear. It's our body's way of saying, "This is a bit much, let's dial it down a notch." This phenomenon is not limited to horror movies. We see it in everyday situations as well: nervous laughter during a job interview, a giggle after a near-miss accident, or a chuckle in the face of an awkward social encounter. In each instance, laughter serves as a psychological buffer, helping us navigate uncomfortable, stressful, or even frightening situations. Laughter, at its core, is a social act. It strengthens bonds, diffuses tension, and signals acceptance, but sometimes it acts as a shield, protecting us from emotional harm. This is particularly true in situations where we feel vulnerable, embarrassed, or unsure how to react. A well-timed laugh can deflect attention, mask our true feelings, and allow us to maintain a sense of composure. Think of the classic example of someone tripping and falling in public. They quickly get up, brush themselves off, and let out a hearty laugh as if to say, "Don't worry, I meant to do that." The laughter in this case serves as a defense mechanism, protecting their ego and mitigating the embarrassment of the fall. Similarly, we might laugh at a friend's self-deprecating joke, not because it's particularly funny, but because it acknowledges their vulnerability and invites us to offer support and reassurance through shared laughter. In these instances, laughter transcends humor, becoming a tool for social connection and emotional self-preservation. History is replete with accounts of laughter erupting in the most unexpected and sometimes inappropriate situations. One such instance is the infamous Tanganyika laughter epidemic of 1962. What began as a few schoolgirls giggling in Tanzania quickly escalated into an uncontrollable outbreak of laughter that spread to neighboring villages, affecting thousands of people and lasting for several months. While the exact cause of the Tanganyika laughter epidemic remains a subject of debate, some researchers believe it was a mass psychogenic illness, triggered by stress and anxiety. In a society grappling with recent independence and rapid social change, laughter may have served as a collective release valve for pent-up tension and uncertainty. The Tanganyika laughter epidemic, though an extreme example, underscores the powerful contagious nature of laughter and its ability to spread rapidly through social networks. It also highlights the profound influence of social and cultural factors in shaping our experience and expression of laughter. While laughter is generally considered a positive and healthy behavior, there are instances where it can be a symptom of an underlying psychological condition. One such condition is pseudobulbar affect, or PBA, a neurological disorder characterized by uncontrollable episodes of laughing or crying that are often incongruent with the individual's emotional state. PBA typically arises from damage to the brain regions responsible for regulating emotional expression, such as the prefrontal cortex. This damage can be caused by a stroke, traumatic brain injury, or neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Individuals with PBA may find themselves laughing uncontrollably at a funeral, crying during a joyous occasion, or experiencing rapid mood swings that are difficult to control. It is important to note that PBA is a medical condition, not a character flaw. People with PBA are not intentionally being insensitive or disrespectful. Their laughter is a symptom of their condition, not a reflection of their true feelings. Understanding the neurological basis of PBA can help to reduce stigma and promote empathy for those living with this challenging disorder. Have you ever noticed how easily laughter spreads? One person's chuckle can quickly turn into a room full of guffaws. Laughter's contagious nature is deeply rooted in our biology. Our brains respond to laughter, activating neural pathways of joy. This mirroring mechanism fosters empathy and social bonding. Laughter signals safety, enjoyment, and connection. It strengthens bonds and creates shared experiences. Laughter connects us and brings collective joy. Laughter, despite its familiarity, remains an enigma. It's a spontaneous outburst, a physiological response, a social lubricant, and a powerful emotional release valve. We laugh when we're happy, nervous, embarrassed, and even grieving. We laugh to connect, to cope, to defend, and sometimes we laugh simply because we can't help ourselves. So the next time you find yourself laughing at something that isn't inherently funny, take a moment to reflect on the myriad factors that might be at play. Is it nervous energy, a coping mechanism, a subconscious desire to connect? Or perhaps it's simply the irrepressible human urge to find humor, even in the most unexpected places. The mystery of laughter, in many ways, is what makes it so fascinating. It's a reminder that we are complex creatures, driven by a tapestry of conscious and unconscious motivations. Laughter, in all its messy, unpredictable glory, is an integral part of what makes us human.